They were known as the Pine Tree Bachelors when they came to Little Falls in 1891. Charles Weyerhaeuser and Richard Drew Musser, ages 25 and 26 respectively, were the new managers of the Pine Tree Lumber Company, founded by their fathers, Frederick Weyerhaeuser and Peter Musser. Drew Musser presided over sales and served as secretary for the organization, while Charles managed the company's logging, sorting, and milling activities. But they were more than business associates. Charles and Drew were good friends, who shared rooms at the Antlers Hotel and above the Pine Tree offices. Newspaper articles, in fact, mention parties hosted by the bachelors at the Antlers. After Charles married Maud Moon in Duluth, Minnesota in December 1898, the couple settled down into this grand home that he had built overlooking the Mississippi River. Next door, Drew Musser built a home as well. Both were designed by Clarence Johnston Sr., one of Minnesota's finest architects, who used the shingle style that was popular at the time. While starting his career largely as an architect of residences, Johnston later served as the Minnesota state architect, designing hundreds of state prisons, hospitals, and other public buildings. He was also the architect for the University of Minnesota Board of Regents, and is responsible for many of the buildings on the two Twin Cities campuses. Musser remained a bachelor for 5 more years, until he met, then married, Sally Walker, a young woman who had spent several years studying language and literature in Germany. Together, the two families entertained at their homes, while their wives participated in the local social and charity scene. Then, in 1920, the Pine Tree Mill closed, and Charles and Maud moved away from Little Falls, giving their entire property to the Mussers for the grand total of 5 cents. Possibly the most colorful resident, and certainly the most beloved in town, was Laura Jane Musser, the daughter of Drew and Sarah Musser. Musically talented, she lived off and on in New York City from 1937 until the death of her mother in 1953. She attended the Juilliard School of Music and took private lessons from several prominent pianists. She had a variety of friends, among them the singer Marian Anderson, actress Margaret Hamilton, and pianist Van Cliburn. Returning to Little Falls permanently, she moved into the Weyerhaeuser home and became involved in all aspects of the city's life. She taught piano, served on the school board, worked on historic preservation projects, and was a member of many civic organizations. Mary Phillips remembered, "My children and hundreds of other people's children were helped by Laura Jane through swimming lessons, dancing lessons, the ballet, and everything else. Culture became a way of life for young people in Little Falls simply because of Laura Jane." Laura Jane Musser died in Little Falls on November 12, 1989, but her foundations continued to make a major impact on the arts and environment throughout the United States.